grab your art supplies, your pens, your pencils, your paintbrushes, and let's paint or draw something together for the next 30 minutes. And I will be painting my spectacles, my glasses. You know what? I'm not mad at how I look with these glasses. I don't think I look bad with them. But what I am mad at is that I need them. It's proving that I'm getting older because I didn't used to need glasses. This is a new thing that I need glasses of the past, I think, how many years? The past few years. 2 years, I believe, that I've had these glasses. And yeah, I need them. Otherwise, I can't read. Obviously, I needed to get green glasses because it's my favorite color. I told you that yesterday with the fountain pen that I painted yesterday. And this is a day 6 of painting watercolor paintings every single day for July Watercolor Month. This channel is Lucinda Creates. My name is Lucinda, and I like making things. And for the month of July, I'm doing a watercolor painting every single day. Try to keep it to about 30 minutes for each painting. And I'll share that with you in the hopes that you will draw or paint something with me for about 30 minutes every single day in July. I know there's a whole bunch of YouTube videos out there on painting or drawing or creating something. So I do appreciate that you are here on my channel, painting or drawing with me. Really love that you're here. Yeah, I wonder if there's a lot of channels out there doing watercolor month. I know of 2, maybe 3 other channels that are definitely doing the 30-day challenge, but all 3 of them are doing tutorials, and that's something I'm not doing. I just want to do a little bit of a paint along and paint something that I love for the past 6 days. I chose 6 days per category and then 5 different categories to fill 30 days of painting because I needed even numbers in order to have the same category on one page because I'm doing 2 paintings on one page in my sketchbook. I'm doing 30 days because I have 15 pages in this sketchbook. And then on July 31st, I will do a sketchbook flip through. And I can't wait for the sketchbook flip through. And not necessarily because I want this challenge to be over with quickly, but because I don't have a complete watercolor sketchbook filled yet. I have a different sketchbook filled with drawings. That was a sketch, can you really call it a sketchbook? It's an art journal. I did art journaling every single day from, when did I start? I started that in November of 2025, and then I completed an entire sketchbook with that, which was a lot of fun. It's fun to actually finish an entire book. I am on the verge of finishing my sketchbook that I use for my studying of learning to draw better. That one is gonna be full. I think it'll take, let's say, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then that book will be full. And I started that one in, I think, January of this year. I started that book. But I don't have an actual filled watercolor sketchbook. And then at the end of these 30 days, I will have this one filled. And that would be so fun to see, all these pages filled with tiny little watercolor still lives, at least for the first, 24 pages. I think it'll be miniature still lives. Because I did plan everything already. I have all the drawings already drawn out, and I just need to paint them. And I did that to make sure that I will actually keep to the challenge. It's so easy to fall off if you need to make a decision on what to paint the next day, and if you need to still draw it and you just want to get to painting straight away. And to be honest, it took a minute, right? It took, I think, 3 days, 2 or 3 days to actually get all the references and draw all my paintings out already and then tape the pages off. Yeah, it took about 3 days. So then the whole challenge is going to be a little bit over a month, just because I wanted to prepare for it so that I know that I will finish with it. And I've said this before, it's not necessarily about actually finishing the challenge. It's more about the intention of putting some consistency in your art practice. It's also not about creating a masterpiece every single day, at least not for me. For me, it's definitely about practicing the medium of watercolor to get better at it. Since I'm such a beginner, that's also why I'm not doing any tutorials, because I can't really teach you anything because I'm just learning alongside with you. And I feel that with this 6th painting, I've already learned quite a lot in just a week time, or almost a week time, with the watercolor paintings that I've done so far. The biggest thing that I'm learning is the vast difference between when you put the color down on paper and what it actually dries up to be. That's just, it's still a little bit difficult for me because it feels like I'm mixing a color and I just don't quite know what it will look like when I put it on paper. So that's a little bit of a difficult thing for me. I'm also learning to use all different types of brushes. Right now I'm using a wedge. Is it a wedge shaped brush? Is that what you call it? I'll show you. Hold on. It's... right now doing the outline of the glasses, or the I'm doing the frame of the glasses right now in the painting, and I'm doing that with, do I not have the brush that I'm doing that with? Yeah, it's this one. This is the brush I'm using. I'm not sure what that's called. I think it's called a wedge shaped brush. Yeah, and I'm also not necessarily sure why you would use it specifically, but I'm using it just because I'm learning, right? And I did not look up any tutorials or things about all these different shaped brushes that I have. Like, I have this little fan shaped brush. No clue what I would use this one for. It's fun, it looks fun, but I don't know what to use it for. If you are an established artist and you've been painting a lot with watercolor, what would I use these specific brushes for? Let me know in the comments below. I do know that there's a difference between round brushes and flat brushes. I have noticed that you can cover a lot more ground with a flat brush, and that kind of makes sense, right? And then I have these really super soft brushes that hold a lot more water than these brushes that I bought from Michaels. These came with a paint that I bought, the Knicker Poster Color from Japan. And these are softer and they hold a ton of water. Now, I actually don't know if these are synthetic or if they're animal hair. See, I can't even read it. This is why I need my glasses. And that's what's so frustrating, that I can't read things without my glasses. So apparently this is a number 7 brush, Namura it says. I don't know if that's the brand, or Tokyo it says. Yeah. I'm not sure if this is synthetic or if it's made with animal hair. I do believe that these are made with animal hairs because my dogs have a very specific reaction to it. One of them really wants to eat them and the other one is pretty scared of them. And before I started using them, they smelled really weird, so I had to wash them. I actually put some dish soap in them to get, I don't know if that's advisable or not, but I did. I put some dish soap in there so that the weird smell would go. They don't smell weird anymore, but yeah, I think that these might be animal hairs. I'm not sure. Probably. Which is not ideal. I'd rather not have brushes that are made with animal hairs. I'd rather have synthetic brushes. And that's all a personal choice, right? I believe that the brushes that have animal hair are also more expensive. And then for the brush pens that I use, those are completely different. Those are completely synthetic plastic brushes. So for example, this one of those water brushes, you can see that the bristles are synthetic. This whitish color. Yeah. In any case, I'm practicing all of it. I'm using all the different materials that I have that I haven't used before. So for example, the brush that you see me use with this painting, I've never used that brush before, so it was fun to experiment with it. I'm using the same paint as I did yesterday, which is this Etcher palette. I believe these are student grade paints as opposed to the Schminke watercolor that's professional watercolor paint, I believe. I'm not sure. And there is a difference between them, between professional watercolor paint and then student grade paint. I think specifically if it's archival or not, if it will fade over time or not, and what pigments are used and how brightly colored the hues are. But for this specific paint, I am noticing, because I haven't used this paint that much before, and right now I'm noticing that this watercolor paint is a little bit more opaque than the Schminke watercolor is, but not as opaque as the Derwent pastel colors that I used before. And I don't know if you've watched those videos, but with the Derwent pastel colors, I wasn't too thrilled with the result of those, and I had to put a wax over top to make the colors pop as much as I wanted to pop. But with these, especially if you look at the painting on the left side here with the fountain pen and ink that I did yesterday, I really like the colors that come out of this, even though these are a little bit more opaque. But I guess that's the thing that makes the Derwent colors more dull or kind of more flat, if you will, is the fact that they are pastel colors and these are not. Definitely not pastel colors. Although that blue is kind of pastelish, right? You could call that pastel. But yeah, I like the results that I get with this paint, but it's still not as nice as the result that I get with the Schminke watercolors, at least not to me. So I think that for the next two paintings for tomorrow, I'll be using my Schminke again, maybe. Or, no, maybe not. I think for tomorrow, I will be using my Inktense pencils tomorrow. Change it up a little bit. Use something different for watercolor. I don't know if I'm breaking the rules with that. Am I allowed to use my Inktense pencils for watercolor month? Because are they actually watercolor? I've noticed that when people use Inktense pencils here on YouTube, that they specifically call them Inktense pencils and not watercolor pencils. So maybe they are different because they're water-soluble ink pencils, and maybe they are dye-based and not pigment-based. Is that the difference? I'm not sure. Ooh, and that reminds me, another watercolor thing that I could use are my Ecoline watercolor inks. And I know for sure that those are dye-based as opposed to these watercolors and the Schminke watercolors. Those are pigment-based. So yeah, I will be using these for the next two paintings, and then the two paintings after that, I will be doing my Ecoline I'll do my Ecoline inks. Whether that's breaking the rules or not, I don't necessarily mind. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm still using water to dilute everything, I'm gonna call it watercolor. That's what I'm thinking. It's okay. And honestly, whatever challenge you participate in, you don't have to stick to the actual rules, right? You can make up your own rules. We're all adults here. You can do whatever you want. If you want, I don't know, ice cream for dinner, you can, because you're grown up now. I mean, I wouldn't advise it every single day, but you could. Back to the painting at hand. I switched to a different brush here. I needed a smaller brush in order to fill out those little areas in between the stems, the paws of my glasses. And then in order to convey that the glasses are see-through, I'm just basically painting the whatever is behind the glasses. That's what you'll see through it. And honestly, in the reference, you don't see much of a shimmer on the glass itself. You don't see many highlights on the glass itself. You can just see right through it. So that's why I'm painting whatever you can see through it, right through the back of the glasses. These glasses are a tiny little bit tinted to go against that blue light of your computer, but you can't really tell that in the reference, so I decided to not change the color that much throughout in the places where you're looking through the glasses themselves. But there are a bunch of highlights on the frame of the glasses in the reference that clearly I haven't painted yet, and I will be painting those over top again with my deleter is it? Yeah, it is deleter white ink. And I've shown you this bottle before. It's kind of wide out like ink that you can use over top of anything, and it's pretty thick and opaque, so you will get some highlights with it. To create the shadows in this piece, I did use a little bit of my Schmincke watercolor over top of the Etcher watercolors because I really wanted to use a mix of my Payne's Gray bluish and a little bit of that green paint to get the color for the shadows of the glasses. So I did use, I guess, 2 different paints in this piece. And then as I'm painting the shadows, I was thinking to myself, am I actually gonna paint all the details of my glass case, the case that my glasses are in? And I like this case a lot with the flowers and stuff over top, but I don't think that I can actually depict these colors accurately over top of the blue. So then I decide to just use a pop of red color in there so that I have a little bit of detail on that case so that you see that the case is not just blue, and also the red will then tie into the red that's on the left side of the page because it's the same red color. So I thought that would be a good solution to not make the painting too intricate and busy and maybe risk the chance of the colors becoming muddy. I decided to just do a few red highlights in there, or red accents, not highlights, accents on the case of my glasses case. It's the same thing that I did with the first painting that I did in this series. Remember, I painted a glass with coffee in it on top of this coaster. And then instead of painting the entire thing with all the intricacies of the little bicycle on it, I decided to just paint the corner embellishments on that painting and just use these blues and then leave this middle just plain white. And that worked out really well. So I decided to use that same simpleness in this painting. And then of course, once I started with putting a little bit of embellishments on that pencil or the glasses case, I couldn't stop, couldn't help myself. I needed to put some more on there, so I decided to put some more green on there as well. Just to, I don't know, make it a little bit more fun. And on the real case, I actually don't have that much green. It's more red and yellow. But I like it. I still like how that came out. The glasses are resting on a book that I've been reading for quite a while. I haven't actually finished it yet because I keep starting other books in the meantime. Not necessarily because the book is boring or anything like that. I just come across different books that I think are really interesting and then start reading those, finishing those before I actually get back to this one. But this is the Backyard Bird Chronicles, and it's a really fun book. Let me get it, hold on. It's the Backyard Bird Chronicles by Amy Tan. And she documented the birds that are in her backyard. And she's a very talented artist as well. I think I got the book more for the illustrations than anything else because they're so fun. She journals basically about the birds that are in her backyard, and that, I mean, wouldn't it be fun to be that good, to just make these little drawings? I love it. I love this so much. I am actually doing a study of birds myself. I got a bird anatomy book and I've been drawing birds almost every single day in order to get better at drawing them. But I'm not nearly as good as she is right now with this. So I really love this book, and I pick it up a lot to look at the images and to draw more birds, use it as inspiration. But I haven't actually yet finished reading the book itself. And in the end, I decided to not actually make the book in my image, the Backyard Bird Chronicles, but I decided to keep it more plain, and I decided to call it a journal because I journal every single day. Something that I need to use my glasses for as well. So you'll see later on that I put some letters on it to make it seem like it's a journal. But yeah, I'm also painting the background right now. You can see that in the same color blue as I made the glasses case, and also that tying back into those cooler colors of the pen and the ink bottle on the left side, trying to tie the two images or the two paintings together that way. And I did want the top of the painting to have a different background color than the bottom. So on the top color, I chose that yellow color that's the same as the color that I used for the lid of the little ink jar. Yeah, here you see that I am writing down the letters J-O-U, and then hopefully when you see it, your brain will complete that word, and you will think that this is a journal for 2026. And that also ties in again with the other painting that's on that same page, right? Because I use the pen to journal every single day in my journal. Now, this is not necessarily the specific journal. It doesn't look the same as the journal that I'm using now, because that looks like this. It's one of those lay flat books, and this is a journal that I got from Paper Republic. Love their paper, really cool. I'm a little bit of a pen and paper nerd, if you couldn't tell yet. And it's time for highlights. Try to put those highlights in the glasses to make it look a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more like the reference photo. And that's it. That's the finishing touches. The highlights finish off this piece, and yet another page done for my World Watercolor Month, July 2026. Then the most satisfying part of each page, taking off the tape. And this is the result. I'm pretty satisfied with this painting. Looks obviously a lot different than the reference photo, but still, a nice little watercolor painting. I hope you are happy with what you drew or painted or crafted today as well. And hopefully you'll join me tomorrow when we do our next little project for a couple of minutes. Every single day in July 2026, World Watercolor Month.